Hello, and welcome to Scalextric on the Commodore 64. And I've got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise if I sound a bit stranger than normal, if that's possible. So, if you haven't guessed, this is a tie-in license of the slot racing track. Is it a board game? Toy, I guess, is the word. Where you fit pieces of track together and put your car in the little slots and then pull down the trigger or hold the trigger to accelerate the car and hope it doesn't fly off the corners. And I never actually had a Scalextric track back in the day. I had TCR. I don't know if anybody remembers TCR, which was a bit of a knockoff, but you could actually change lanes on TCR with a flick of a switch. So I had that advantage over Scalextric, but I don't think it wasn't quite as fast to play. I think, and I think it was eventually discontinued because it was a little unsafe. Something to do with the wiring or the voltage levels. But yeah, I used to have that as a kid. But I did have a friend who had a Scalextric track, so I used to play it on that. So I'm fairly familiar with it. So it's a 1 or 2 player game. There's only me, so I'll just keep it 1 player. So if you just keep a blank name as player 2, it gives you a computer opponent. It's given me Graham to play against. Do you have a joystick player 1? Yes. Now you can either design your own circuits or you can play one of 17 pre-designed circuits which are loosely based on real circuits from around the world. What we'll do is we'll design our own circuit. So yes, locate start finish, so use the cursor keys to position start finish, and you press H or V if you want a horizontal or vertical position. So I've gone for horizontal. There might be some quiet pauses as I mute the mic to clear my throat. I am struggling a bit, but I thought it's been a while since I've done a C64 game, so I thought I would attempt to record one. Right, so having positioned the start finish straight, we can now select any one of these pieces of track to join onto it. So we can select a straight and another, then we can have a bend. There's different types of bend. You can have the standard and our outer half standard. You can have bank. If you have a bank curve, you can go around take the corner faster. Just like on the real toy, you can have bank curves that the car wouldn't fly off of. But let's just stick with double inner. Ask if you want it clockwise, we'll say yes. I think that's a 90-degree turn. So we'll just have another straight. And we'll have another turn. I'll just have a fairly simple track, but you get the idea. You can actually have bits that cross over. You don't see it in game, but it will let you cross over. So you can recreate the Japanese Grand Prix if you want. Yeah, you can have chicanes where it narrows the track and it's only wide enough for one car. So we'll do that, and we'll keep it going for a bit, and we'll open it out again. Hopefully this will let me do it. What happens is you try and match it up as best you can, because obviously it's got to be a complete circuit. If it doesn't let you, you can press F7, and well, it's closed. But if there's a bit of a gap, it will try and do its best to fill it in for you. So it's quite well done actually. We won't save the track, but we can now race on it. So you can save tracks and go into your friend's house and play them, that sort of thing. So let's get started. Number of laps, we'll just go for 1. You can have 1 to 3 as your difficulty level for the opponent. We'll just stick with 1. And right away it goes into the game, and you can see it's... I think this came out just after Pit Stop 2 came out on the C64. So comparisons are pretty obvious. But as soon as the game starts to move, you can see that the track routine is nowhere near as good as the as Pit Stop 2 on the C64. It just doesn't compare. And the controls are not great. But yeah, how much you slide on the corners depends on how steep you made the curve. So there is a bit of thought you have to put into the track design. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you drive into the back of the other car, we're at a chicane now, you see the road's gone. So I can actually just slow down, and this will probably end the race for the other car. So it's a bit of a cheat there, and that's got to... If you're playing 2-player, surely the other player must do that. Yeah, as soon as the other car explodes, the other player wins. Yeah, if you hit the car in front at a speed of difference of more than 20 miles an hour, the car behind will always explode. So once the race ends, it will ask you if you want to another race on the track. Nope. We will not design a circuit. We will not load a track. We will see what it offers us. I think it's Brazil's the first track. Yeah, Rio, Brazil, nope. This might be Monaco, I think. Oh, Estoril. Yeah, this looks like Imola. So it has most of the Formula 1 tracks that were available back in the day. I mean, this came out in '86, so it's a bit of a reflection of that. Here's Monaco, so let's say yes. You'll probably be not surprised to see that there is no tunnel. So yeah, as a race game, it doesn't really compare with Pit Stop 2, I'm afraid. It just did excuse me. That's better. Just the controls alone don't compare, but never mind the fact that it doesn't have the pit stop elements and the tyre conditions, all the extra things that Pit Stop 2 has. So it doesn't have that, so it doesn't really compare as a direct comparison in terms of a race game. But what's here is reasonably well done. I think it's okay, especially for '86. I think it's fine. I mean, but yeah, it doesn't compare with Pit Stop 2 or Super Cycle or even Pit Stop, really, to be honest. The first game. So it's definitely not one of the best racers on the C64. As a Scalextric simulation, it's a bit of a failure because obviously it's nothing like playing the toy. But then I suppose you could just buy the toy and play that back in the day rather than this game. But yeah, it's not a case of holding the trigger down and the car just follows a slot. You can actually steer left and right along the track. Sound effects are okay. I mean, the engine sounds pretty similar to Pit Stop 2. The skidded sound effects it's actually okay. I've heard worse. It's not as bad as Super Cycle. That's got a terrible skidded sound effect for sure. But I think the real plus point of the game is the course designer, which is actually pretty well done. It's very easy to use, and you can save and load tracks, so take them into your friend's house. I've got no complaints about the track designer at all. I think it's really well thought out and executed. It's just the actual in-game itself is a bit simplistic, and it's definitely the weak point of the game. But yeah, I mean, it might be nice to have a bit of graphical variety in these sections. It's a single load game, you know, and it's got 17 built-in tracks, and a designer to build your own. So I think it's a reasonable amount of stuff crammed into a single load game. So yep, I'll give this. I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. I think it's a perfectly reasonable game. I wouldn't say it was an amazing game, but it's perfectly good. And if you fancy just having a play with the track designer, definitely check this out. Right, that's a Scalextric for you. 6.5 out of 10. See you in the next video.